Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trelawn, and I'm glad to be back on YouTube with you. Back online on YouTube, on my YouTube channel again with you, after I've been on vacation for last week, and I had the week before that, I had three performances of the Notoriety Spring Show, celebrating 50 years of life through song. And that took up a lot of my time, and I was getting a little R&R on vacation last week, so I'm glad to be back after a week and a half. We will talk Tribe and MLB baseball. We'll talk Cavs and the NBA draft and LeBron James' decision, and we'll talk Browns and NFL football. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Who owns the NFL record for the most sacks in a single NFL game? I will have the answer later on the broadcast. Well, right now the Tribe and Cardinals are in a rain delay in St. Louis, and we will have to wait and see if the Tribe and Cardinals will be able to play baseball or not and get this game in. Corey Kluber was set to face Cardinals right-hander Carlos Martinez tonight. We'll have to wait and see what happens if the Tribe can get that game in. The Tribe is in first place in the AL Central, and they are 10 games above 500. The Minnesota Twins are right behind the Tribe. They are 7 games in back of the Tribe. So hopefully the Tribe can hold on to first place in the AL Central. Turning to the Cavs and LeBron James' decision, the big question is will LeBron James pick up his play option of $36.5 million by the June 29th deadline? A Plain Dealer reporter talked to some NBA executives, and checked out the labor contract put together and the breakdown of the different options available to the Cavaliers star. Now, I feel he should remain with the Cavs, but the Plain Dealer reporter feels there is almost zero chance that James will pick up that option. I mean, he does have a 5-year deal with the Cavs, but that will, if he does not sign that big deal by the next summer, 2018-2019, he could go elsewhere and it could expire, or he could go into free agency, which he's in right now, and that's why. And the 5-year contract is through the 21-22 season, I believe, and he would be 38 years old when that contract is up, and he could sign a 1-year deal and still get the same amount of $36.5 million or $37 million, because that contract for next year, if he doesn't sign, will be up because he will be 34 next summer. Now, I feel if he goes elsewhere, it could be a substantial more amount, but we'll have to wait and see, because he will make that decision become this Friday, and because that is a deadline, or it could go into July 1st, but we'll have to wait and see, because I feel that LeBron should remain with the Cavs, and because I think there's more to offer him here, and I feel that if he signs or if he goes elsewhere, that it could be a challenge for the Cavs, with or without, if they do not have LeBron James this upcoming season. But we'll have to wait and see if he will pick up that option, and first decision on Friday, July 29th. Turning now to the NBA draft, I feel the Cavs made a smart pick, taking Alabama point guard Colin Sexton with the 8th pick in the first round of the NBA draft. Keep in mind, Sexton is only 19 years old, and he has a 336, 78% from the free throw line, and which is 336%, and and I feel he could come in off the bench. Hill could start, but I feel that Sexton could come in off the bench. that Sexton could, because he could really he can really score for you, and he really did that when he would play with Alabama and during his high school career when he played basketball. Although he did get injured and did not play until his final 2 games at the high school he went to in Missouri. But I do feel that he could start, but that he could come off the bench. That's why I feel that this was a smart pick. I think they did not take a pick in the second round because they had traded up for that pick. And I feel that was a smart pick in the first round of the NBA draft. And I got to say, I think he's really going to do good with us. And I do feel that Sexton can really come out and score for you. I really feel he could. And I just feel there were some other names, but I felt they made a smart choice going with Sexton in the first round. Even though they did not take anything in the second round. But I do feel that they made a smart choice. I'll come back to that in just a second. We're turning over to the Browns now. Myles Garrett has made his return, and the Browns say if Myles Garrett stays healthy, expect a big-time second season from the number 1 draft pick a year ago, who was an offensive lineman. And it was a defensive end, because he was injured last year as a rookie. He missed 5 games, and I feel the Browns have high expectations for him, and I just feel he could come out and really do some damage this season. And the Browns signed offensive lineman Craig Robinson today. He was traded from the LA Rams to the Detroit Lions last season, and the reason for this sign is that Derek Stevenson, the offensive lineman that they had gotten, has been suspended. Who they got last year has been suspended for the first 2 games for violating the substance drug abuse. Now, players who do that, I feel, are crazy. You don't want to do that. You don't want to violate that. And I feel you do that and you're jeopardizing your career. And I think a lot of people are going to agree with me on that. Let me know what you think. Put something on my discussion page at Scott Sports 101 on my YouTube channel. Or go to my Scott Sports 101 email address, scottsports101@gmail.com. Now, training camp will open for the Browns on July 26th, and they will hold 15 open practices to the public and the fans this year. And fans must register online. And the first preseason game is August 9th, I believe. Check if I'm wrong. And that's against the New York Giants at the Meadowlands in New York City. The first regular season game is against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I believe would be September 10th at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Check if I'm wrong. We'll get back to talking about the. We'll talk more sports analysis in just a sec. But first, it's time now for the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Who owns the NFL record for the most sacks in a single game? If you said the late Kansas City Chiefs defensive tackle, Derek Thomas, you are correct. In a 1990 game against the Seattle Seahawks, Derek Thomas sacked QB Dave Craig 7 times. I'll have another trivia question on my next broadcast, hopefully tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Now, we still don't know if the Tribe is going to get the game in tonight, and I will let you know that tomorrow when I do my sportscast of Scott Sports 101 down at Magnolia Clubhouse, and also on my broadcast tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, either way. So stay tuned for that. Getting back to the NBA draft and Colin Sexton, he played well when he played with Alabama, and he scored a lot of points, and he's also a good field goal shooter from the three-point range as well. And I feel he is going to really contribute to this team in a big way. And as I said before, I'm going to say it again, George Hill could start, but Sexton could come in off the bench. Now, getting back to LeBron James' decision, and I feel that I feel if he signs, a lot of people say that there's a chance that he will, but there's people that say that there's almost a zero chance. Now, if he signs, he could. That will really, I think, be a good thing because I feel he's already signed his kids up for school, and he's got a teenage son, another son, and a daughter, and I feel he should remain with the Cavs because I feel why uproot his family? And I feel there's more to offer him here, and I feel that he should finish out his career here in Cleveland. But his contract does expire, I think, in 2001, 2022, and I just feel that that's when it's expired. I feel that's when things are going to change for the Cavs. Now, we're almost out of time, and I do feel that I feel it was a smart move for the Browns to sign Craig Robinson because he is a really good offensive line. He played really well with the Detroit Lions last year, and I feel he can really have a big season too. And I mean, training camp, I feel, is going to say it all when it opens July 26th. And I feel the preseason is going to really set things up for who makes the roster and who doesn't make the roster. Because they're going to be testing guys hands down left and right to see who really can score big this upcoming season. Because they do not want another 0-16 season. And I do feel this is going to say it all. And I feel that the Browns need to win not only the season opener, but the home opener. We need to end our skid of opening day losses. So, and I would like to see the Browns win at least 6 games. A lot of people are saying 4, but I'd like to see a 6-10 season. I think the Browns are up and coming. I really think they are. But we'll have to wait and see. And the first 2 games, I feel, are really going to set the tone for the season. And I feel a lot of people are going to agree with me on that. And this is a really, I know it's a hard time for the Browns. I know it's a kind of a challenging time for the Browns right now with training camp going to open on the 26th. And just remember, training camp can really say it all, and also the preseason. So, and if you want to attend training camp sessions, fans, you must register online. And it opens July 26th. So keep that in mind, and I just feel this is going to be a very interesting season and a really upcoming season for the Browns and a challenge as well. And so keep that in mind and keep supporting the Browns. And I just feel they're up and coming. And my friend Matt Murphy and I, who I had as a guest on my Game 4 NBA Finals preview, will be my guest when the Browns take on the Steelers on opening day. And I think that's September 10th. Check me if I'm wrong. But stay tuned for that. And hopefully I'm going to be doing one with him when he makes his decision this coming Friday on July 29th. Well, that is going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. Always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.